Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. It's Monday. Well, it's Monday afternoon. It's 1433 in the UK. Okay, let's have a look into this week's energy. That's nice. It feels like we're going to get a little preview of what's up and coming. Let's go for it. We'll use the Druidcraft Tarot. This isn't the Druidcraft Tarot. No, but my eyes went to the Druidcraft Tarot. So we shall use the Druidcraft Tarot. And possibly the Rider-Waite Tarot. Okay. Morning has broken like the first morning. Has it? Well, it's the 18th of January and it's a Monday morning. Well, it isn't. It's a Monday afternoon, but hey, who's keeping track of the time? Morning has broken like the first morning. Oh, these are nice. They feel nice. They're big cards and okay, a little bit heavy then. Look, let's just keep it nice and easy this week. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Okay, Divine Feminine, you're being watched, so let's keep it nice and easy. You're being watched by the Divine Masculine. He's not far. He's still got his shield up a little bit, but he's watching you. Justice is here. It's nice. There's an energy this week of the Divine Masculine observing you, Divine Feminine, in your element, the fifth element. Okay. You are the fifth element. So he's watching you. I was going, it's like watching me, watching you. There ain't nothing we can do. Okay. You know each other very well, knowing me, knowing you, watching me, watching you. So you're kind of watching over each other here with the Queen of Cups, with the Prince of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, he brings in this offer. I feel like we're going to read about these two cards here. There ain't nothing we can do. No, because Divine is in charge of all this. Bringing in the balance, bringing in the justice. So knowing me, knowing you. It's more of a watching me, watching you. Prince of Pentacles. Oh, okay. I feel like the Divine Masculine is watching himself watch the Divine Feminine. Okay. Let's read about this Prince of Pentacles. Knowing me, knowing you. He is practical, realistic, and sensuous. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's make love tonight. A practical, patient, and methodical approach to a project may be needed. Easy does it now, Divine Masculine. These qualities may need to be used in order to improve your health through exercise and nutrition, an impeding overland journey. Okay, so he's there, he's watching you, Divine Feminine. He's watching himself, watching you as well. So he knows that you might as well face it, you're addicted to love. That's you, Divine Feminine. Queen of Cups. That card there, that top card, wants to be seen. Okay, Queen of Cups. Loving, maternal, and intuitive. Okay. You may, it doesn't say that, you may. The meaning may signify you, your mother, a therapist, or a woman who inspires love in you and stirs the depths of your emotional nature. The profession of acting or the world of theatre and film. So, looks like he's watching you. There's something about the projection here. Okay. Work in the field of relationship counselling and healing. So I'm feeling very much as if the Divine Masculine, he's kind of knowing himself, knowing me, knowing you. This healing, love and light. Okay. Justice is here. Let's have a look at what this major arcana. There's nothing more that we can do. With clarity and determination, Doesn't even say that. Okay, let's have a little drink. All I can see is a hangman here on the cup. Got my tarot cup today. Oh dear. With clarity and discrimination. Poised between past and future. The decision is made with compassionate understanding. Keywords: discrimination, balance, poise, choice, decision, judgment, clarity, fairness. It's time for making a decision. I'm very shaky. I'm very shaky. Shaky Stevens. Okay. It could be time to make a decision or a choice, but not out of reaction. Act with the honesty and integrity demanded by justice. You may be called on to be your true self. Doesn't say that, but you might be. I mean, authenticity is the key. You may be called on to be true to yourself, to your own nature. Being called to account for your actions, litigation, making decisions which involve weighing up arguments and exercising discrimination. Is now the time for severity and discipline, or for mercy and acceptance? Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Working on this star here. I feel like he's gathering information, and then he's taking it back to his little dungeon, man cave, and he's working by firelight. By firelight. And he's working on this star. So I feel like this week, the Divine Masculine is gathering information on you, Divine Feminine. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Let's see what this card would like to tell us. Steady progress. I like that because that keeps coming up with the daily guidance from your angels. Steady progress, and it's Divine Feminines all in a row. And the Divine would like you to know that your daily acts of love have been acknowledged. Keep going. Okay. So steady progress, training, apprenticeship. A time for slow and steady work to fulfill a vision. Focus on one step at a time rather than the final goal. Developing skills, undergoing special training, or working with a sense of quiet satisfaction. Taking pride and pleasure in your abilities. If you have abilities, I'm feeling telepathy. Also astral travelling, if the Divine Masculines are actually being able to observe you, and there's not really a way that you can kind of think of in the physical, if you're not kind of out there on the social network, on a social platform, then there is other ways that he can check in on you. Let's get a daily guidance from your angels, because I've spoke about them and pulled them out. So let's have a look. That card so wants to just come out. Okay, you come out then. So wants to come out. Steady progress. Okay. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. Keep going, Divine Feminine. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. There's one at the end here, just stroking a little bird of peace, a little dove, a little lovebird. So, Divine Feminines, let's read this card. Steady progress. Like I said, Divine Feminine, you're being watched. Not copied, mimicked maybe. Bit of a parrot energy. Who's a pretty boy then? Who's a pretty girl then? Who's a pretty boy? Who's a clever boy? Who's a clever girl? It's okay, let's just go with steady progress. Oh, I've opened up to let your past go, and that's another card that's been coming up quite a lot. Okay. You drew this card as reassurance that you're making steady progress. It's confirmation as well, guys. You sometimes harshly compare yourself to others and feel that you should be further ahead on your path by now. And this could be the Divine Masculine. Softening up. Stop being so harsh on himself that he's not as far ahead as what he believes he should be by now. Just because the Divine Feminines are in this flow. Divine Masculine, you're getting in the flow. You're going with the flow. It's a really nice kind of breezing along. You sometimes harshly compare yourself to others and feel that you should be farther ahead on your path by now. And that's also to the Divine Feminines. Lots of unions coming in. I mean, it's making my heart flutter. Okay, that's not for you to give up hope. Your time is approaching. Your time is coming. It's all divinely orchestrated at the right time for you and your counterpart. It's just feel the love. That's seriously. It's pretty amazing to hear the stories and to see people manifesting their desires through their contribution of love. Okay. So you sometimes harshly compare yourself to others and feel that you should be farther ahead on your path by now. Yet, look how far you've come, how many lessons you've learned, and how many people you've helped. Focus on your progress instead of expecting perfection from yourself. Each day, take at least one small action step concerning a project that you're passionate about. The additional meanings for this card: you're on the right path, even if it feels that you're moving slowly. Praise the light instead of cursing the darkness. Praise the light. I'm going to have to call the reading that. Weekly guidance. Praise the light instead of cursing the darkness and appreciate yourself. There's nothing to worry about. Here's the next card. I've got some goosebumps. Okay. Maybe we won't be using the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's quite a clear message here. We'll have a look at the bottom of the deck. Lovers. Feels like this morning has broken. There's a beautiful young deer here. Okay. The Lovers, that's the wrong book. Let's read about what these guys are up to. They're just, it's like they're asleep. I would say, are they canoodling, smooching? No, they're just resting together. Feels like the Divine Masculine here is kind of like, I don't want to say he's collapsed into the Divine Feminines, but it does feel like he's falling that way into the Divine Feminine's arms. In the arms of an angel. Okay, the message: at every moment you have a choice. Love is at the heart of life, and all creation is born out of love. Love, fulfillment, union, choice, and surrender. Should we see what love requires? Love requires surrender, and surrender requires choice. Love requires surrender, and surrender requires choice. In the past position, no, it's kind of like the last card that we're actually having a look at. So in the past position, this card can indicate an excessive preoccupation with a past love. And I feel like having a look at yourself and see how kind of obsessively intoxicated you are. And I want to say by each other. Okay. In the future position, it may signal that you will find a lover. The process of union liberation, and ecstasy. At every moment in your waking life, you have choices, some simple, some profound. Through engaging these dilemmas, you develop maturity and depth of soul. So there is an engagement here. Divine Feminine, you've engaged with the process and steady progress. You've been moving forward. So this last bit here, through engaging these dilemmas, rather than running away from them, burying them deep down, and refusing to really have a look at the situation, all the emotions and feelings attached to it. So by actually having a look at them and not burying them, you develop maturity and a depth of soul. Okay. That just kind of, I don't know, it didn't flow very well, me trying to say that, so let's move on. Energy card. Have a look at the energy for this week. Let's have a card for, okay, the Divine Feminine first, please. Divine Feminine, you've got maybe 2 cards. The third chakra, Archangel Shamal, and the Thinking Man. So they are regarding what's going on with the Divine Masculine. It's working on his willpower, the power of his will. Okay, this is his confidence, determination, and then he's thinking quite a lot this week. So let's have a look at the third chakra. Wrong book. It's a bit confused. I've kind of gone a little bit confused. It's okay, it happens. Clarity will come through the confusion. There's emotions of desire and a life force energy. The powerful Archangel Shamal is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at the solar plexus, which is the location of your third chakra and the centre of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. When this card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. And that's all I felt was the Divine Masculine. They're going to go for it at any point. Okay. It's kind of like as soon as they decide, the decision's been made and they're going to do it. You got the Thinking Man. I've gone to the Thinking Woman, and it said female of wisdom or understanding, but we have the Thinking Man, a male of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is thoughtful and reflective man. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now, or about to arrive soon. I'm feeling as if the Divine Masculine's kind of, what does he bring to the table? How can he assist you, Divine Feminine? You're very aware that your Divine Masculine can assist you in many ways. You're just carrying on going forward in this steady progress. It's like steadily forward now. Okay. So he is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. I do feel, Divine Feminine, you really help the masculine with the finer details of kind of like the chosen direction, as you are so connected with the divine source. Or I feel like they may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. For this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. I feel like you need to be open and receptive, Divine Feminine, to your masculine and to what he may come forth with. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study or healing practice could change your life forever. Okay. I feel like at some point you're going to have to put your skills to the test. Your responses, your reactions. Okay. I don't feel like we're going to be on for long. Readings have got shorter, which is good. It's a good sign. It means that we're following our own guidance. This is just kind of making sure that we're keeping on the right track and that you receive the clarification of that everything's going to plan. The Divine's plan. Let's get a card from the angels and ancestors. Wise one. Grow within your current situation. Now with this card, I feel like Divine Feminine, like how far you've come. If it speaks about the triple goddess with this card, it's because you have the maiden, the mother and the crone. And the crone's kind of like the wise one. So you've kind of progressed through those younger, immature phases, let's say, of your life. So let's have a look at the wise one. The message: knuckle down, be reliable and committed, be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. So I'm not sure who this message is for. I felt like this bit of a guidance for the Divine Masculine. Listen to the wise ones. It's not the Divine Feminines, okay? And knuckle down, be reliable and committed, and be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. Okay. The wise one represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic and most aware aspect of the goddesses. Sorry, of just the goddess, of the goddess. Because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you, wisdom being the information stored in your soul, rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. Okay, the extended message. The wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability. And that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Interesting. Divine Feminine, steady progress. It's like you are committing, you are reliable, you show up every day, and you're committed, reliable to taking this path. Okay. Seeing it through. Very interesting messages. Shall we end with a roomie today? I felt like we've been using the Divine Mother Mary cards quite a lot as of late, and you don't need the guidance anymore, Divine Feminine. That's how I feel. It's like that's within you. Okay, so you have the wisest guidance within. So let's tap into Rumi today. And then I'm going to get up. Okay, Rumi, if we can finish the reading off, please, with a message. Okay, we will read it today. It came out the other day. Beyond Death, Life. I only read the first part. Card number 1. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Rumi. I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Within your heart, there I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known, for what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty with equanimity. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted, ever innocent. As a pure vessel, stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, and as love. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realise its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realisation of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which would constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. And just by chance, by luck, we have the wisest one here. Wisest aspect of the goddess. So here you are. And divine masculine, you too are a wise one. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss. There may be uncertainty and even insecurity, yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into new life. I'm going to show them. I felt like the divine masculine fell, not collapsed, stumbled. Here's a surrender card here, look. The maturity. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth. The knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, The divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. So what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks, too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition or a group or teacher. Your death may not feel as though it has come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through this death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead of you now. How you deal with this grace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose, if you wish, to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you, when you know deep within that no matter what experiences you have had in your life, that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily and more fully, no matter how much it asks of you at times. The divine is a relentless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes this means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater lover, the divine one that calls us to remember our true nature. You are a beautiful blazing soul, having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That is what is happening in your life now, whether the death is obvious and painful to you, or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet showing up in your life. Either way, there is an ending imminent, a new life coming to you, with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty in the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. There's hesitation in this part here. The confusion part we had earlier. We're hesitating now. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is becoming, whilst honouring what is no longer to be. Let's end with this sacred honouring ritual. Place your hands on your heart and say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon your loving grace. Please help me release what I no longer need, what is too small for my great light. Help me recognise the purity of my own being so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me like an insistent lover in every moment. I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you, my beloved. Keeping your hands resting on your heart at the centre of your chest, simply breathe in and out, gently and easily. Focus on the feeling of your hands on your chest. Do this for as long as feels good for you. When you have finished, open your eyes and you have finished your honouring ritual. That was a pretty awesome reading for this Monday. Okay, so that's what's on the table this up and coming week. We're rising. The cream of the crop was always going to rise to the top, guys. Okay, I'm going. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.